cozy day at the
Cozy,
office.
comfy day. Casual.
So we're going to talk about today weird
Weird.
stuff.
Weird stuff. I like weird stuff
Like,
in combos.
what's the weirdest thing you've ridden on for transportation? That's what we're going to talk about today. We are sitting in our living room, which is actually our conference room, but
Yes.
we've got it set up.
If you see anything conferencey, ignore it. We're in a living
That's
room.
business.
We're in a living room.
This episode's for fun.
Yeah.
So ignore all of that over there.
Ignore that stuff.
So for real, we these couches used to sit in our like entryway, our breezeway. I guess they usually will still.
Yeah.
But they were brought in here one day when there was a wedding party using
there's
our building.
Something weird.
That's
was
weird.
A wedding here.
Yeah.
There was
a
a wedding here.
How many
and they used this-
weddings have happened at your ministry office or business
at your place
office?
of work. This is the one and only I know of, but
It's the only one I ever know of that's done it.
they got
So
ready in this room.
The deal is that our office has two sides. Our office building has two sides to it. So
fun fact.
one side is our actual offices and print room and all that stuff, and the other half of the building is a church space. It was built that way intentionally, designed that way intentionally, so that churches can rent it out when they're smaller, and as they grow, they can be there. But we use it for other stuff too. So sometimes we'll use it for little conferences and stuff, especially when we have other staff members from out of town
Wherever,
come in, and so we'll use it for worship space and whatever. Anyway, somebody was using it for a wedding, and so for a bridal suite, they just used our conference
couches.
room here. So they moved all the couches in here, and we've left them because
we can do things like this and have meetings on the couch.
So our marketing and media team, we like to take a more casual approach to business and be comfortable while we talk about making
we work
decisions.
from home most days out of the week. So like coming into the office, it's like we're used to sitting on our couch and working anyway. I think we're more productive.
Oh, we're definitely more productive.
When we can sit on the couch and be comfy?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Maybe it's because our team works more on the creative side, and so when we feel like comfy, we're more inspired.
Our brains are more in like a flow state of
I'm
creating.
sticking with that story.
Right?
Anyway, so here we are doing creative things in our comfy space.
That's what you get today.
So, hi, welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
I'm Bucky Elliott.
I'm Grace Swanson.
And we work on the media and marketing team here at IC. That's JT over there who you can't see.
You
guys don't know this, but he makes a cameo almost every episode, but you don't always see it.
We had to set up barriers so that he could not come in. And he was asking today, he goes, "Where's that sign?" I was like, "JT, we use that so that you're not in the back of our videos."
Yeah.
Politely.
Well,
so
we have it. Actually, I think he was in this one because you're
I was
and
about
you're.
to say you probably saw him behind me.
Yep, and your angle, I think he's in.
He is in almost every episode, so just know he's lurking around. Or interrupting.
He's a lurker. And right now he's HR, so I don't know what you want to make of that.
Oh, dear.
Okay, well, today what we want to talk about is the weirdest modes of transportation that we have taken, things that we have ridden on or in, etc. And we don't really have notes this time. We're just chatting and have a meeting after this, so we're going to
chop
just kind of go through it.
You're really weird.
Grace, what are some of the weirdest things that you have ridden on, alive or mechanical or otherwise?
Or mechanical. Okay, so some of these were by choice. It wasn't like it was an only mode of transportation. But I did get to do a camel ride when I was in Kenya, which was super fun. It was on the beach outside of our hotel. And you know what? We weren't going anywhere, but we were like, hey, we could have. So we did that. Yeah. But also, strangely, on the beach, there was it looked homemade. It was really sketch. It was this, you guys have heard my story of going snorkeling. We went out on a homemade glass bottom boat. So, you think when you go on like a glass bottom boat, you think something super bougie. You think something like, okay, like, whoa, this is not that at all. It looked like a rinkety old boat that someone had like cut in the bottom and placed a glass panel on top of. And we took that out to the coral reef and we rode that. It was $2. We got there safely. We made it back. No complaints from me. But you know what? Like anywhere else, I would have been like, you know what? But when you're in the field or just anywhere international in general, you're kind of just like, well,
Yeah.
I want to experience this. The Lord will protect me. I mean, obviously use rational thought and decision making, but
To a degree, because rational thought would tell me don't get in a homemade glass bottom boat.
we didn't
No
realize
shade to you, but I'm
till
just
we
saying.
were in it though. Like that was we were already
Oh,
in
yeah.
it, and we were like we heard it was a glass bottom boat. And we went, okay, cool. We were all sitting in there, and we started looking closer, and we were like, oh, that's doesn't look the most safe. Like I don't think they bought this
Not
boat
necessarily
somewhere.
legitimate.
No. Let's see. I guess another strange story. It's not about the transportation itself. It's more like the condition of said transportation. We take a really tiny propeller plane when we were in Kenya to get to this area. And I didn't notice this, but we had 2 people who were from the Air Force, like retired, like very high, like colonels. And they worked on aircraft all the time. And this lady, she looks out the window and goes, this tread is almost worn completely off this plane. And we were like, what do you mean? And sure enough, like, the tires were smooth. I never thought of this.
Like after you were on the ground.
No, before we even took off. And so she was like, we're going to lose a tire. Like, don't tell anybody, but we're going to lose a tire. I'm fine. You know what? I've gone on this plane so many times. I was like, we'll make it. Again, it'll be fine. But, like, I don't know if I wanted to know that information. Like, I kind of just,
Well, that's why she said don't tell anybody, I guess.
we didn't, but she was making a big deal of it. And we were like, okay, so you're scared. Should I be a little bit... She was very worried about this tire popping on this plane. And she was like, she's like, I don't know how long they've had this tire on this plane for. I'm like, I don't know what their regulations are. I don't know if they have any, or if it's just wait until
a
the
bush
tire
plane
falls
probably
off.
has some kind of a provisional,
Yeah.
exception.
They probably have a wait till it falls off and replace it
Of
with
course.
another one. Because why not?
Why spend money if
Why
you don't really
not?
have to?
So yeah, not the strangest. They're more fun. There's JT again.
Yep,
They're
of
more
course.
fun, but what about you? What are some weird?
Okay,
I feel
so
like you have some good ones.
I have some good ones. I was thinking through animals that I've ridden or types of vehicles pulled behind animals.
Oh, interesting.
And those are things to ride on, right?
Those are
Right?
modes of transportation.
Well, they
sure.
are. And so
Yeah.
some of them are for fun, and
Yep.
some of them were actually to get
Actually to get
somewhere.
places. Okay,
And so I guess I'll just start with my favorite.
do it.
My favorite is an Asian elephant.
You did? I rode one for fun, but I was like
It's for
really
fun.
little.
It's for
but
fun.
it wasn't on an international trip. Where?
And I think it was at a zoo,
Really?
but it was somewhere else.
Was it so
wasn't
fun?
wasn't in India, but yeah, it was so fun because
So high.
I think okay, it was scary though.
It is scary. It doesn't they're big, but when you're sitting up there, you're like,
Oh, and then because they move so much too, though.
you feel
It's
like
high
you're
up
gonna-
and you're like
yes,
tottering.
teeter-tottering.
But I think that elephants are super cute
They're my favorite animal.
in a weird way.
They've been my
Aw.
favorite animals since I was little. I love them. They're so cute.
I know Brooke loves elephants too
I love
because we've
elephants
talked
and
about it.
dolphins. Those are my things.
And both of them are pretty smart. I mean,
They-
people say
yeah.
that the elephants' brains are small, but they're
But
at
they're
least they're
smart.
smart socially and practically. They can use
They think
tools
we're
and stuff.
cute.
They do think we're
They
cute.
think
Dogs
we're
do too.
cute.
Yeah, and so they like people, and I just think the way that they act
It's
is
so
cute. The way that they show affection is really
Yes,
sweet.
It is sweet.
But I think what adds to that is how huge and powerful they are.
but they're so.
But they act like babies
They
and they
do.
just love people. So I think they're fun.
That's so fun.
Yeah. And then camels are pretty scary to ride on too.
It's the getting up because if anybody's not ridden a
That's it.
camel, they bend down on their front knees and then they kind of
Yeah,
get
they
on
like
their
kneel
knees.
down and
And
up.
then you sit on top and they put their like butt in the air and then get up, but it's like you have to lean.
Yeah, you're like holding on while they go forward and backward, and once they finally get up, it's a pretty smooth ride.
Yeah, once they're up there, it's great. It's like the getting up and down. You have to like really trust that they know what they're doing.
And I guess they do. You got to trust that they care that you're back there.
Not that you're just gonna fall off.
I mean, and it feels really high up.
Oh, it does.
Still. So
Yeah.
I'll say this. I've ridden dromedaries and Bactrian camels. So
JT does make a big difference between dromedary and camel. So if he was in here, there's a difference.
So a dromedary is a one-hump camel, usually found in Africa and the Middle East. And a Bactrian camel is a camel that has two humps, and it's found throughout Asia
So see, maybe I rode a dromedary.
in general because, they're
Yes.
domesticated other places. And it's a different experience.
Is it?
What's different about Bactrian camel is that, you sit between the two humps. And it kind of holds you in there,
Yeah.
which is nice because you're like, okay,
I have some
I feel
stability.
secure up here. Yeah.
Not gonna
But they
fall
all
off.
smell, and they smell bad.
Really? I didn't smell mine all that much.
Really? You didn't smell.
Well, of course, though,
You didn't
like,
smell the
we
dromedary.
were on the beach right next to the
Oh,
ocean.
yeah. You had
so,
breeze and
like,
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like,
I
they
think
didn't-
anytime-
they didn't live there, so maybe that was why. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine
I
did
think
not
anytime I've ridden camels, it's been in the desert.
stink. A
So,
stinky, sandy.
well, actually, one time, this was with the Bactrian camels. That was in Mongolia.
Oh,
But I don't know. They did smell.
they stanky.
They're stanky. It's a stanky mode of transportation.
There's several of those.
But there are highly efficient though
Yeah, seriously.
camels.
I know. I'm like, man, of course people use them all the time. They're great. They're powerhouses.
Yeah, people have been using them for thousands of years, and
Yeah.
you can see why. Oh, at Petra, I don't think we rode them there,
I saw videos of them.
but I was really impressed there because it just kind of, when you're over in the desert, and especially like in that part of the world, and it's just super hot.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that an animal that shaggy survives at all,
I know.
much less
I
can walk
know.
across the desert for a couple of weeks with
Carrying
no
people
food and
and-
water.
Yeah. It's
Carrying
impressive.
all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. They're built for it. I don't know how God made them do it, but
I think that's what he had in mind
yeah. He knew.
is work animals, not pets.
No.
They're kind of gross and angry.
Slobbery.
For pets,
And,
yeah. But okay, what else? I've ridden horses. That's not weird,
No.
but
Fun.
I've ridden them in weird places.
Have you?
And I have ridden donkeys and mules. It's not really fun to ride on a donkey
Yeah, I can't imagine.
because their backs are really bony, or
They
at least the
are.
ones I've ridden on.
They have prominent spines.
Yeah, it's not very comfy. But I've only ever ridden them bareback, so I don't know
Oh, well, yeah, that would
how
not
it
feel
compares
great
to a
either.
horse. And then ridden on a cow just for fun.
Really, a cow? See, that's a little weird.
That's pretty weird.
That's pretty weird.
But it wasn't a bull. I should say
But I think that's weirder.
bull
like,
riding,
who
but
rides
I-
a cow? Bull
somebody
riding's a
that's
thing.
like, what would happen if I jump
on
on
a
this
cow?
cow? It
See,
just
that's pretty weird.
kinda
I'd say a cow is borderline weirder than an elephant. Elephant's cool, but like you don't see people just
well, a cow's not going to go anywhere,
no.
so
You
it's
just-
not really a good method of transportation.
No, it's not.
I've ridden on horse-drawn, all sorts of horse-drawn carriages.
Oh, have you?
Like a regular, carriage, like a fancy one.
Mm-hmm.
I've ridden on carts behind mules and horses
Really?
in the Caribbean.
Whoa, that's cool.
When we went to Cuba, that was our transportation one day.
Really?
From, like within a little town we went out to. We rode a bus out to the town, and then around the town, we rode in this horse cart
That's so
that
cool.
you could tell was usually for hauling stuff and not people.
Not people.
But 7 or 8 people just hop on there and hang on and.
Because then you'd have to take like a bus or 2 separate cars or whatever.
Yeah,
and
why
it's like,
do that?
maybe
Why
you
do
can't get
that?
there.
If there's already
there's
this horse
of
going through town, just jump on there.
That's
So
hilarious.
that was pretty good.
That is so cool.
And then also in Cuba, I'm sure they have a name for them. I don't know what it is, but there's these like 2-wheeled carts pulled behind the horse, and it's kind of like a tuk-tuk kind of a thing, but instead of a bicycle, it's a horse.
That's actually.
And those are fun
that's
to
cool.
ride
I've
on.
seen those. I've seen those pictures of them.
I'm sure there's other kind of my
You have a lot.
my dog used to pull us on a sled. It's not a husky, it's a golden retriever, but
But hey,
that,
my dog can't do that. He tried. He
Oh,
ran
really?
in front of the wheel of our bicycle. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't know what to do. So that failed. But hey,
Maverick or oh,
yeah,
okay, well.
my dog's not the smartest. Sometimes it's okay.
See, opposite end from Camel, he was made to be a pet and not
I'm not,
a mode of transportation.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He's not a mode of transportation in the slightest.
Well, I'm glad he's living in his calling.
Yes, as a pet.
So
A
that's
good boy.
That's good. Other thing, what other kinds of things have you ridden other than
Tuk-tuks.
animals? Yeah,
I've done
that's
them.
fun.
I like them, actually. It's always funny because whenever you go, the locals are like, oh, these are, like, where we go in Kenya, at least, it's very dangerous. Like, there's always accidents going on. So they're like, we don't want y'all to take these unless you have to. And we're there like, hey, we want to go to the grocery store. Can we take the tuk-tuk? And they're like, if you want to, like, I
Yeah.
guess so. We're like, yes, we want to. I guess another weird one is, I didn't even think of this. We took vans when we were there, and some of the church elders work at a safari park several hours away. So instead of just renting out vans, they brought the safari vans, and that's what we drove around in town, was the safari van with the top closed. And then they took us on safari, and they just opened the top
That's
back up
great.
so they could fit all of us in there. But yeah, not anything super weird. Like, for the most part, it's been cars. I've had to pile on top of people. When we were in Peru, we shoved probably 8 people in a tiny little car.
Did you ride the moto taxis there? Oh no!
No, we had a
You missed
driver.
out.
We had a personal driver. He drove us
Oh,
all
wow,
week.
fancy.
I know, we did. But we piled in the car. Like, literally, we probably had 6 people in the backseat of a car, and we were just sitting on each other's laps, us and all the translators, and we took a picture. There was like 6 of us, and we were squished
Yeah,
all
you
together.
make close friends real fast on a mission trip.
Oh, yeah. Comfort zone,
Oh, don't yeah.
personal bubble, throw that out the window.
Mm-hmm.
No personal bubble on mission trips. Absolutely not.
I like that though.
Yeah,
I'm
it
social.
makes you get closer to
and
people faster. It like breaks down the like awkward small talk.
It really does.
Like, because you have to get to know someone really well. Like, I'm sorry, if you have someone sitting on top of your lap, you're gonna not be like, "Hey, how's the weather?" Like, you're gonna have to talk to them. So you do get close really fast.
That's a good point.
It just happens like that, though, and it's normal over there. Here, it's more like Americans are very much like, give me my space. I know I'm very much most of the time like that. When I travel, I'm not at all, but here it's like the American thing. You're just like, I don't want people getting too close. I don't know what they're doing. I don't trust their intentions. I'm just like, stay away. Leave me to my bubble. But over there, man, you just kind of go with the flow and have to do what you got to do.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Maybe that's one way, maybe that's one reason that we bond so well and so quickly with the people that we work with
Probably.
overseas is because
think
you meet them and then the next day you cuddle on your way to an evangelism visit, right?
You're like, hey, I just met you, but but it's true. And you're spending all day with them. You're like getting up really early in the morning. You're skipping meals or taking meals together or just hanging out. Like, you are with them all day long. Like, you get to see the good, the bad, the ugly of every single individual. And so you just get close really, really fast. But I like it that way.
Yeah, and there's a built-in camaraderie.
Yeah.
Well, it's not built in, it's developed through that relationship that you're spending all day together, but also you're doing something so purposeful
Yeah.
together and suffering a little bit
Yep.
together,
Like, you're going through the same thing. So they also understand. And also a good point that I think we should tell people is, I don't know about you, I feel more unsafe here in the U.S. than I ever have anywhere I've traveled. Even if it says the U.S. is
Absolutely.
safe. Like, people are always worried, like, well, what if this happens or what if that happens? I'm like, I have never been scared walking around anywhere internationally. Even if people tell me I should be, I never once have been fearful. I'm more cautious here than I am over there. Now, of course, you have to be aware, but like, people are so much nicer, and I feel like
agree.
people
There's
are
something.
just so much. Now, of course, there's gonna be people everywhere who you have to just be aware of, but like for the most part, like, it's great. I love traveling over there. I feel so safe, and like I can just walk around and do my thing, and I love it. So
I
if you're
agree. I think
scared,
there's
don't be.
there's one element of just being about kingdom work and just feeling safe in that, like knowing that I don't know that it's necessarily true that you're more like protected when
I
you're
feel like you
doing
are,
missions, but you
though,
feel that way. But
as
also,
opposed
I
to
just feel like
traveling
when
separately.
I'm not responsible for my own safety and I'm depending on someone else, who I trust, even though I
local or
haven't met them, I trust them
yeah,
because they're other believers that we've partnered with. So there is this
yeah,
automatic, trust there. But also that as a foreigner, I know that this isn't true everywhere, but really, I agree. Most places, people are going to be kinder
yep,
to foreigners, and like maybe even if they would mug somebody, they probably won't mug you
no,
because there's something extra wrong about being cruel to a foreigner.
yeah,
I know that's at least true in the Middle East.
is it? Yeah,
Yeah, it's I mean really a part of the Muslim religion to be
kind to
kind to
foreigners.
foreigners. So I mean, people don't really steal anyways,
Yeah,
but you certainly
off
wouldn't
limits to
do that to a foreigner. So
yeah,
yeah, even some of the scariest places, the places that people are the scaredest to go to, I'm not
no.
really because of that.
Exactly. And I'm like, I think it would be totally different traveling somewhere on your own just for fun. Because I have traveled other places and I am a lot more aware. Because I am by myself and I don't know an area as well. But when you go, like you said, like minded and go, okay, this is another believer. They have my best interest at heart. They know this area really well. What's going to happen is going to happen. Like, we'll be protected. You don't worry about it. You don't even think about it. Like, most of the time, you just do what you got to do. I mean, even in high school, I did mission trips and we saw people like drugged out on the street and like crazy, like running around like psychotic episodes. And guess what? We went and talked to them in prisons and in jails. I never once felt afraid. You went up and talked to them, and if they did their thing, they went away, and if not, they talked to you. Like,
Yep.
you have people there who know, and they tell you, like, hey, this is safe, this isn't, and they're watching after you. So, but yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go on a mission trip, because you'll be cared for. They care for you like you are their own. Like, truly
Oh,
put
yeah.
you above and beyond anywhere. Like, they want to make sure you're safe. So, they won't do anything to purposely put you in danger. I
Now it's
promise.
gonna be scary sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
It's gonna see that just goes against what you just said. What the transportation is scary
The
sometimes.
transportation is sketchy sometimes, but that's when you have to choose to trust.
Yep.
Because, like, the tuk-tuks, I think they're fun. I have a great time, but there's plenty of more, like, elderly people who did not want to get on. They were like, like, are you sure? They were more worried. And we were like, you have got to trust that they know what they're talking about. They would not put us on one of these. They may not recommend it all the time, but they wouldn't put us on one if they don't think we're going to be okay. Like, I promise. And guess what? It's true. They were fine.
Yep.
I've had plenty of experiences. Even in that bus I told you about, we had an awful road that we drove on. Like, potholes 3 or 4 feet deep. Like, all the way up a mountain for miles and miles and miles. They nicknamed it Denton Drive, where our church was from. So every time we go, they're like, oh, we're on Denton Drive again. We actually got stuck on the road because it was muddy that day. And Bush Boys came out. They couldn't even talk to us, and they helped us out. And guess what? We were fine. We were only stranded for like 15 minutes. And guys, it was good.
I was on a little bus, like a little mini bus, one time after a hurricane. That's another story. We made it through Category 3 hurricane on the coast in Haiti.
That's another story.
Yeah. But we were It was the day before we were supposed to go to the airport to fly out. So that's, yeah, there's a long story to that. But
Yeah.
we were on our way out of town. There, basically, then, actually, I think still now, the town that we go to in Port-au-Prince, the capital, there's only one road between them, and it winds through the mountains.
Oh, wow.
Usually takes 3 to 5 hours, really, depending on
That's
traffic.
wild.
And depending on your driver, too. Because the
That's
really
true.
scary ones will just whip around the curves,
Yep.
and it's terrifying, but they get you there.
They do. They know what they're doing again.
But one time we were headed back, and there was a mudslide that was, you know, an effect of the hurricane,
Yeah.
and it was just blocking that one road. And so you could see around the bend on the other side of the mountain all these cars, you know, stacked up, and a bunch of them lined up on our side. And we thought, we're just going to be here
Forever.
indefinitely. And but
Yikes.
people just came out of, I mean, nowhere to shovel it out, and they just dug out all the all
Wow.
the dirt that was over the road, and
Yeah.
in an incredibly short amount of time they cleared that out.
See, I
so
feel
that
like
we
we
get
could
going.
not do that. Like,
We don't
No,
have that kind
we
of
don't have
resolve or resilience. No way.
But like similar with us when we got stuck. These boys, they couldn't have been older than 9 or 10. There was 3 or 4 of them. They came out and they just started picking palm fronds, like dried palm fronds, and putting them under. They saw we were stuck. They saw what we were doing, and they just came along and helped get us out. And I was like, man, see, we all can connect, even if we can't speak to each other. Like they
Yeah.
saw we needed help, and they said, all right, we're gonna help them. So they did. It was so
That's
sweet.
awesome.
I love it. Teamwork.
I do have to tell you a couple of scary stories. though.
Scary? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So where I probably was not safe, but
Like
then I'll
what?
bring it back around. Okay.
Okay.
So story number 1. When I was my first IC trip was in Nepal,
Oh.
like before I was on staff, and I have a lot of great memories from that trip, and really it's what got me here.
Yeah.
I'd been on all kinds of different mission trips before, but that was the first one where we just worked with local pastors and church members to go around and share the gospel all day with
Yeah.
unreached people, and
You're like,
I got
sold.
hooked.
Yep,
It was
I'm
awesome.
sold.
But the first day, we met with a bunch of pastors in this little secret room behind this restaurant that was like really cool and covert. And then the next day, you know, we got up and they would tell us, "Hey, your pastor's here to pick you up, or the church member, whatever, is here to pick you up." And when it was my turn, I went downstairs and the guy showed up, and I was like, "Well, where is he?" "Oh, this is him right here. His name's Timothy, and he'll give you a ride out to where you'll be working today." And all I saw was a motorcycle, and I was looking around like, "Well,
What's he gonna drive
we
me
have,
in?
you know, car, bus, or we can catch a taxi. What are we doing?" And they were like, "Hop on." Really?
You're like,
Like,
okay.
yeah. So I really thought they were pulling my leg.
Yeah, like
Because-
there's no way.
Yeah. But I did. I just hopped on and grabbed on, and a lot of motorbikes in the world, there's like a little handle behind the like the passenger seat that you can hold on to. And I was used to doing that in Haiti, so I
Okay.
was like, well, okay. Except the traffic in Kathmandu is insane.
Is
And
it?
so weaving through the traffic, going both ways on every part of the road, and
Was
there's
that terrifying?
it was so terrifying.
I
Yeah.
would be so scared.
But we did that all week. I eventually got used to it. I mean, it was scary every time, but I did get used to traveling that way. But we were safe the whole time. I mean,
It's because they know what they're doing. It's a whole
It
different
looks-
road system.
it looks scary to us, but they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
And it's not immediately obvious what the rules of the road are, but they know what they are.
Yeah.
And there's just kind of an unspoken system, how they kind of weave through and who has the right of way. It's usually the bigger vehicle. And you avoid the cows and the
Yep.
little kids selling things, and you just make your way through.
That is terrifying.
But it was really scary and really
That is
dense.
scary.
crazy traffic.
Woo. I'd
Um,
have fun, but I'd also be like, I feel like I'm gonna die.
Oh, it was really good for my prayer life. And I thought, here's the thing though, for real, I thought I might die. I was good with it because what a way to go out on
On
mission.
the mission field.
But also, I felt more alive than probably I've felt since. I mean, that was the coolest thing.
That is so cool.
I just met this man yesterday, but I got on his motorcycle to go through this crazy traffic, and we're going to take the gospel to somebody.
Yeah.
That's
so cool.
living.
Yeah, it is.
That was
That's
awesome.
really living. That's awesome. That's so cool.
And then another time was another motorcycle story, and this was much earlier than that. This was probably, I don't know, 2007, 8, 9, somewhere around there. I was in Haiti, and it was the same kind of thing. Oh, here's the guy. He's giving you a ride. Get on there.
Motorcycle.
And got on there. And we were used to that
Yeah.
by then. I mean, because when we first started going to Haiti with people from our church in Nashville, that's just how we got around all the time. So we were used to doing that, just getting on motorbikes and going. But there's a whole system of taxis in Jacmel, Haiti, where most of the taxis are guys on these mopeds.
Okay.
So sometimes we rode with people that we knew, but for most of the time we just
Random
hired
strangers.
somebody,
Yeah.
and they took us. And so the locals would tell them where they were going, and they'd handle all of the business and just tell you which ones to get on and stuff. So there were like 4 or 5 drivers just sitting around, and there were a bunch of team members. And so the pastor was telling us, who to get on what bike. I thought he had told me to get on one, so I sat down, got on a motorbike. Guy takes off before we're all ready to go. And the pastor, I still don't even know how he did it, but he grabbed my backpack and yanked me off of that motorcycle. I landed on my feet and everything. And I was like, what's going on? And then those 2 guys just started shouting and yelling at each other, which
The
sounds...
pastor and the driver?
Yes. And it sounded so scary. I've since learned that that's just how people communicate there.
What did he say?
I have no idea because I didn't know much Creole then, so I don't even remember what.
Was he just mad that he started taking off?
He thought he was going to kidnap me. So I asked him, like all through that week, I tried to ask him what happened. Why did you pull me off
And
that
he
bike?
didn't
And he
say?
wouldn't tell me. He wouldn't tell me. But
Do you
then
think that's what he was trying to do?
maybe
That's
it's possible.
crazy.
But either way, he was mad that he took off without
Yeah.
him saying it's time to go,
The
because
pastor-
we never want to separate.
No.
And that's
Good
why they
job
don't
for
go
him
by.
grabbing you off the
Yeah.
moving motorcycle.
He might have saved my life. I don't know.
Yeah. That's
So that was
that
pretty
is a
crazy.
crazy story. Whoa. Dang. That is crazy.
And I continued going on mission trips ever since.
He was not deterred.
No. But see, that's the thing is, I might have been in danger, but the
locals
local guy
Took care of it.
took care of it.
And
they
didn't tell
always,
you.
he didn't tell me.
He
They
didn't
always
tell
do.
you.
That happens a lot, actually,
Oh, yeah.
where something does happen,
You ask them and they just,
because they do want you to feel safe.
yeah.
And they'll make sure that they keep you safe, but
They're not going to tell you if there's any point where you're not. They're
Yeah,
gonna, they're going to
sometime-
handle it.
sometimes that means there is some kind of a danger,
Yeah.
but they don't even want you to know.
Nope.
So you could ride a camel or an elephant or a donkey or a horse or a moped or a tuk-tuk or a horse cart or a stranger's motorbike.
Yep.
But you know what? It's going to be fine and
We're
adventurous.
both
right?
still here.
We're both still here. Yeah. I didn't really get
stuff.
into boats and aircraft, but I've been on all kinds of those too.
Yeah. There's a lot more of those.
Not a homemade glass bottom boat. I don't think I can top that. That's pretty funny.
I'm like convinced they made it somewhere. I don't know how, but they did.
People do that though, like
Yeah.
especially around the world. They just make things.
Yeah. 'Cause, like, there's
And-
no way in this middle of Africa did they manufacture a glass bottom boat,
Well, if they did, it would be really expensive
and it was
to
not.
buy.
It
Well,
was
obviously
it
not
was
if
like
it's
a dinghy.
$2 to
It was
ride
like
it.
a little dinghy.
Yeah,
boat.
that's cool though. I've ridden on like outrigger boats.
Mm-hmm.
I love those. That's fun. I also have ridden on, I don't know the name of it. My Filipino friends will be really disappointed in me. But in the Philippines, there's a traditional kind of like a pontoon kind of boat that has
I
outriggers
saw
on
your
either side
videos
of it.
that, yeah.
And that's really fun. And that's it. Now it reminds me of Moana.
Yep, it does. It does look like that.
And that was a good time. We rode on. Oh, here's a fun one. This isn't really weird. It was just cool. In a country in the Middle East, around the Persian Gulf,
Somewhere around.
in the Persian Gulf, our team's special dinner was on a dhow boat, which is a traditional boat
Oh,
that
that's cool.
was used for pearl diving.
Oh,
For a
cool.
long time. And some of them are original actually and been restored. Some of them are just modeled after the traditional ones. But they'll just turn them into party boats or like a dinner cruise. And so we did that as our team special
that's
meal at the
really
end of the week. And so they took us around to look at the skyline. It was all lit up, and that was
Oh,
pretty cool.
that is super cool. And see, those are things that, like, yeah, maybe you could go and pay for something, but you'd get the tourist version,
Yep.
not like the genuine version of like being in another country with locals, like doing stuff. You can't even pay for those kind of experiences. That's so cool.
You can't. I mean, you can definitely go and pay
You can
for.
go and do something like that. Yeah, sure. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pay for this dinner cruise in the Persian Gulf, but like, would not be the same. It'd still be cool.
Wouldn't be the same unless a local told you about it or actually
Yeah.
took you. And I think those are the best experiences. Is actually most of these experiences I've had have been because I was with a local
And
and
they
they
recommended
wanted
or did
us
it.
to do this, or it was just really a part of their culture. It's what they do. Like this is how they get around.
Yeah.
And I like riding on a motorcycle. I think it's fun. But normally I probably wouldn't choose to do that if there was a taxi cab or a bus instead. Or a pedicab. I do think those are really fun. But I'm so glad that I've had those experiences.
Yeah.
And I do feel so alive
They're good
doing
stories.
something that's like a little bit dangerous, but
It pushes you outside of your comfort zone just enough to where you're like, oh, that's actually a really cool experience.
yeah.
Like,
it's a
I would
cool
not
experience.
have picked that, but like, that's really cool to look back on.
And that day that we rode on that boat in the Philippines, that was like our culture day, and we were just kind of floating along a reef, going from
That's
kind
so
of island
fun.
to island or like snorkeling spot to snorkeling spot. But along the way, they were fishing. And they also like stopped and bought some shrimp off of some other fishermen and stuff.
That's
so
so funny.
that was
Work
the
and play.
freshest seafood meal I've ever had.
Did they
and
cook it
so
for
that,
you?
yeah, they were cooking it right there over a charcoal
Was it
grill
good?
on the deck of the boat. It was the best seafood I've ever had
Really?
before or since.
That's wild. And see, again, maybe there's something that you could pay for that, but that
I
exact
wouldn't know how to
experience-
find it.
No.
They took,
That's such a
they
unique
took us
experience.
out on
Yeah.
that
That's just
experience.
what they do.
Yeah,
That is so cool. That's
pretty
awesome.
pretty awesome.
Some pretty cool experiences, for sure. Man, that's awesome.
And then there's other airplanes that I certainly did not handpick, but that's what we were
What we were
like the one
given,
you were talking about. That
we were like, maybe I'm possibly going to be not okay. But
Yep,
that's
So,
hilarious.
yep. Good times
Yeah, no,
on
for
wild,
sure.
wild.
Lots of stories. And
Mud-
guess what? We're both traveling this year, so maybe we will have more stories and can do a part
So
2.
I am hoping to the place that I'm going to go in November. Is kind of known for hyper wealth, where people have supercars, and if I get to ride in a Lamborghini,
Not gonna argue against
I would not be sad about that.
it. You're like, I will keep you guys updated.
I will let you know.
That would be really cool, for sure. I don't know what to expect, so we'll see. We'll see for sure.
I don't know what probably camels.
That's what I was about to say. I feel like
Yeah.
a camel could be a good option. I
Grace
feel
is gonna
like
go to North Africa,
I feel like
and-
a camel could be. I feel like some sort of cart or maybe a motorcycle. I feel like that could.
Oh,
be.
for sure.
sure. I
Some
feel like
kind of
that-
motorcycle, definitely.
Because it's a more windy. Is it not a little bit more?
Yeah.
I think it's. I have no idea. I've never been here before. If you can't.
Of
tell,
course,
so we're
I
gonna
mean,
see.
I'm thinking of like Algiers or Marrakesh or something,
Yeah.
but I haven't been there, so I'm not real sure.
I don't know either. I really don't know. I'm going in with an open mind, and I'm just gonna be like, all right, what are we doing today? So.
What a great idea! Let's use that as a segue to tie it up.
Yay.
You know what? Just go into a mission trip with an open mind and get out of your comfort zone and realize that you might just stay there the whole time,
Yep.
but it's going to be the best experience you ever had because you're just totally in the hand of the Lord and his people, and you're going to be taken care of, and you'll probably experience some discomfort or some awkwardness, some
Yep.
some scariness.
It's guaranteed. All those things basically are guaranteed.
but
But
so worth it.
Oh,
And you got to be stretched like that.
yeah. I wouldn't change any experience I've had, like ever. So worth it. And you get to tell stories like this. And
Yep.
look back on it and be like, wow, that was so cool.
I don't know how many gather up another group of 5 or 10 people and ask them how many different types of vehicles or animals they've ridden on it. It's a pretty small number most of the time.
Yeah.
But if you go on mission, you'll have
It's
all
not all
kinds.
that uncommon.
You'll have
Not
all
at
kinds
all.
of fun experiences. But so we're going to a lot of interesting places
A
this
lot,
year, and you
yeah.
can go with us. We're going to
Africa, Middle East, Asia, North America.
pretty much pick a continent except Antarctica, and
we're there.
We're there. So
Basically.
you
Yeah.
can go
Sign
have
up
your
for a
treat.
trip, and you can go on some fun experiences and fun modes of transportation as well. Try it.
So go check out the schedule at internationalcommission.org/go and see where we're going and go with us.
Please do.
If you like this podcast, thank you. We're glad. We're glad that you joined us in the living room, conference room today.
Yeah, tell us if you like it. We
Tell
might
us
start
if
here
you,
more often.
yeah. Tell us what you want to hear more about or less about.
Yep.
If you've got questions or comments, connect with us on social media,
Yep.
and we'll see you next time.